What's up, everyone? It is your girl GELBEAUTY 87 here, aka Grace Shout, and today I got some new stuff to try out. So I told y'all in the swatch video that we were gonna do an eye look with this. We're gonna try on the blushes. I'm gonna use one of these glitter toppers to use all the stuff together. And my Tom Ford highlighters came in the mail today. It's this other Instagram page I follow called The Beauty Steal, and she said that the Tom Ford highlighters that just came out in the holiday collection were like on sale for like 60 bucks instead of 90 like they were supposed to be a piece. So I ended up getting both colors for us to try out today. So I'm like, we'll just go ahead and try those out in addition to this other stuff. So they come in the, of course, standard packaging. This one is, which one is this called? This is Grand Pot Paradise. I hope I'm saying that right. I probably butchered it. And this is Rose Iris. So one is more rose gold, and I think the other one's supposed to be like more of a classic. Ooh, packaging. Hello. So let's open her up. So this is one of those more icy rose gold colors. It kind of looks similar to that Maybelline rosy tone rose goldish highlighter that they had come out. Let me see if I still have it in the drawer up here, because I still had it. I kept it because it was an affordable drugstore option, even though they don't make that shade anymore. Yeah, this is it. So it's really giving the vibes of that, in my personal opinion. So we're going to swatch them side by side and see. Unfortunately, they don't make it anymore. So if it is, you know, then. Next, we have Grand Prudence. So this is a classic, like champagne goldish type shade. So that's what both of those look like, darling. But I'm excited about this rose gold one, because I'm wondering now, is it going to be really similar to that Maybelline one I just pulled out the drawer? As far as like tones and stuff go. Let me pull my hair back. As you can see, I don't have any blush or any highlighter for this reason. Let me zoom in real quick and keep that. So I'm going to do my eyes and my face in this video. So this is going to be a long one, girl. Hope you're along for the ride. So I plan on using both the powder ones, and now I'm just gonna use the cream that works best for my skin tone. This is one of those more glossier creams, so it's not as pigmented as the original ones, which I noticed, because the first, the ones in the individuals and the ones in the first holiday palette, if you all saw from my swatches, are more pigmented. So I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know if it's a way of cutting like costs when it comes to products and still being able to have the same profit margin, or what's going on with that. But I did notice and wanted to point out that they aren't the same consistency, in my personal opinion. Like, I feel like you have to swatch way more and you still don't get the pigmentation that you got from the first palette, even from like the individuals. So I don't know if it's just because it's holiday he like skimped on it, or what's going on with that. But anyway, let's put on this blush. So I believe this one is called Main Character Energy. I'm sorry, Main Character, or Giving Main Character, because he likes to say giving on a lot of his stuff. So as you can see, it's a gorgeous color. I'm going to mix the lighter shade in with it before I put the cream on top, just so you can see what it looks like. This is a Flower Beauty blush brush. So I figured I'd try it out today. It felt really soft and nice when I pulled it out the packaging. So I was like, oh, okay. Oh, yes. Y'all, my face still got glitter on it, because I had glitter on my hands when I was swatching all this stuff earlier for IG reel and a YouTube shorts. I might put it on TikTok. We'll see. I don't think I'm going to, though, just because y'all know I don't really rock with TikTok like that. I'm really loving this shade. I love all the pink shades he does that work for my skin tone, though. But you know, he should know. He's the makeup artist, right? Now I'm dipping into the lighter one, just a tad, like on each side, just to see how it'll look. Oh, it just lightens it up a little bit, which it's okay for me, because the cream will probably like give it a little bit more depth once I put it in there. But I want you to see how it would look on some of my skin tone if you mix them together, since I said in the swatch video that that's what I was going to do. So I figured I'd do it on camera with you all for the first time and see how I like it. And I actually do like it pretty well. I feel like I picked up a little bit too much on this side as opposed to this side, but that's okay, because like I said, when we put the cream on top, it should give a little bit more depth and balance to it. So I'm going to take this, what is this called? The Instapop Cheek Blush brush, and go into the Main Character cream, because as you all know, Patrick said you put the cream on top of the powder. And I do have a couple of glitter specks in here from the eye thing, which is what people were concerned with. It's only one, though. It's not like it's a whole lot, so I guess that's not that big a deal. And I'm just stippling the cream on top now to give us that, you know, extra glossy effect. Yeah, and it's definitely giving that effect like it normally does, and I'm here for it. So, as usual, 10 out of 10, Patrick. 10 out of 10. I'm glad this year he just settled on a lighter shade and a deeper shade, because at the end of the day, even if you can't use the cream, you can still at least use the powder and mix the powders together. And then people of a lighter skin tone who were saying that the powders were too deep in the very first one, you can just use a light hand with that, and you can still like use the cream. Still use both the creams, whereas I can only use one. So it still worked out better than it initially did with, I guess, the feedback he heard. So I'm assuming that's why he came out with this third one after like making all light one the second time. Didn't work out very well. So we're gonna put this down for now. We're gonna get into these time forward highlighters. So I'm going to start with the rose one so we can do the swatch comparison to this one, because I'm telling y'all, like, these tones look extremely similar. So I'm interested to see how similar they're going to be. So I'm going to swatch the time forward one first, and then I'm going to swatch this Maybelline. Ooh, it feels so nice and soft. Honey, yes. Yes, it's nice and soft. It's giving. I think they're going to be a dupe, y'all. I think they are. The only thing that sucks is, like I said, Maybelline doesn't make this color anymore. As far as I know, I haven't seen it in any stores. So I'm like, let's watch her, honey. Okay, so it's not exact like I thought. The Tom Ford one is a little more icy, and I feel like the Maybelline one is a little more warm. So y'all can tell me what you think. This is the Tom Ford, and this is the Maybelline. So the Tom Ford one to me looks a little bit more rosy and kind of icy-ish, whereas the Maybelline one looks a little more warm toned, like I was saying, and gives a little bit more of a hard to describe, but I mean, I can see both of them being rose gold. It's just if you like a more icy one, you'd like Tom Ford. If you like a more warm tone rose gold, you would like the Maybelline. So that's what both of them look like side by side. But my battery is flashing, so let me swatch this other Tom Ford one real quick, and then I will go ahead and get a new battery, and then we'll put both of these on my face. So this is a more icy champagne shade at the bottom. That's the other Tom Ford one. I'm gonna go and get the new battery, and then we can, you know, put these on my face. I want to compare this to some other luxury highlighters I have though, because it's giving me the Hermes vibe, and it's cheaper than the Hermes. Okay, y'all, so I got distracted when I went to go get the battery. I ended up posting a TikTok, but I did give y'all some swatches to compare to the Dior quad I was talking about. So this, as you know, is the original Tom Ford one. This is the what is it? Sorry, no, this is the original Tom Ford one right here, and then this is Tom Ford Incandescent. These two are from the first, the second Dior quad, the one that late great Mel Thompson loved so much, the highlighter quad, and then this one is from the original, and this is from the original. So if you want similar tones of this, go ahead and pick up this original quad from Dior instead, because this is only 50 bucks, and I swatched this shade right here to compare to that Tom Ford shade, the second one, the last one I did, and then I swatched this one to compare to the rose one, and they both look actually quite similar. So I'll hold them up side by side so you can see, like next to each product. I know, like, in the pan it doesn't look the same, but y'all clearly saw them swatched on my hand, and it's the same. So this one would be considered the same. I tried to go outside and get some swatches of it to compare for you all, because I haven't done my pictures with it yet. And then this was the other one I swatched it toward, and as you can see, they look pretty similar. Now just keep in mind the Dior one is going to be a little more glowy, whereas I feel like the Tom Ford one is more metallic. So if you prefer a more metallic finish, then you'd like the Tom Ford. But if you don't mind having a little bit of a glitter finish, then I would just say go ahead and get this, because these two shades right here are the same as those two, and you'll still get 2 extra shades for 50 bucks. And people, they say this is supposed to be a blush and this is supposed to be a blush, but I use both of these as highlighters because obviously, you know, I don't need those to be blushes. But I'm just going to give you the option before we put these on the face. So I'm going to start off with the rose one, because of course, y'all know I love a rose gold highlighter. I actually want to put the rose gold one on both sides of my face, and then just put the Dior down, put the gold one down the middle of my face. That's probably what we're going to do. Let me take the tape off this mirror. See, y'all, I be always trying to find y'all a dupe. Like, and it's a luxury dupe, but it's still giving luxury at a more affordable price. Because we all know Tom Ford, honey, he be out here charging me $1 million out here in these streets. And I'll be like, why? Honey Cash is calling me right now, but we're trying to put on the highlighter, so she's going to have to get called back, y'all. Because I'm trying to, you know, handle business. Your phone is on the charger, sir. That's my phone, it's me. But yeah, so Honey has called me to talk to me about something that I asked her to help me with, because she's more of like a TikTok type person, and it's like, I think it's TikTok related from what I remember, but I'm like, I just, you know, I can't talk right this second, so she's gonna have to wait, girl. Ooh, look at it though. Okay, okay, Mr. Ford, Mr. Tom Ford. I wasn't doubting it. It was just more of, it was high and I want to give people alternatives. I'm not doubting it, Mr. Ford. It's just more, I don't like paying these extravagant prices. So there's that. But yeah, I can't complain. It's everything I expected it to be. A nice metallic finish to it, which is kind of like what I prefer. I can do glitter every now and again, but I prefer a metallic finish. So the Tom Ford one is definitely speaking to me more. But don't think I'm sleeping on my Dior highlighters. I love my Dior highlighters, okay? Especially when that year they came out with one for all different skin tones. They just try to give the same 4 shades, and it was one shade for one person. They literally made individual ones for everyone. That was the year I was living for the Dior quads. But anyway, let's get into the other highlighter now. Again, like I said, these are kind of icy, so just keep that in mind. Like, to me, that looked definitely icy, especially on my chin. Doesn't make it bad, it just wanted to make it clear. But I prefer the icy rose gold one, so if I had to choose one again, I would have just got the rose gold. But I just got both, just to be safe. I was like, we're gonna get both. You know, we're gonna get both. Why not? So these are how the highlighter's looking. This is how the blush is looking. I'm loving the way everything is looking, but in the future, I would probably just wear this blush and the rose gold because I feel like it's rare that I find a rose gold highlighter. So whenever I do, I'm excited. So take those outside and compare. Now let's get into these eyes, honey. So I'm gonna probably go off camera and do an eye to save time. Don't look for me to do warm tone. We know I'm a cool tone queen, so I'm going to stick to this bottom row. I'm probably just going to give y'all a classic, simple, smoky eye. And we're going to go ahead and work from there. So I'm going to zoom in real quick and cute like. I'm going to go off camera and do that. I have on Swamp Frog from Uden's Eye and Angelica with Quicksand on top. And then I just used the Juvia's Place highlighter, the darkest one they originally came out with. I forgot the name of it, but yeah, I'll be right back. Okay, y'all, so I just put the matte on because I'm doing 2 different glitters on the eyes so that way we can see how both of them work. So for once, I don't have one done. I'm going to use this, it's giving luxury on this eye, and then I'm going to use the palette on this eye. I'm going to do both colors, both the same color though, just so you don't get confused. So I'm going to use this shade right here to go with that lighter tone, and then another time I'll use some of the other ones. So let's get into it. I'm starting with this shade right here. I literally just used these 3 shades to keep it short and sweet. And then we're gonna give my thoughts on these. So I'm loving the fact that he did cool tones. However, I wish it had been like a full-on cool tone palette, not like a all matte palette. I want to try this palette up against the Makeup by Mario one. I know what do you call it, Morgan Turner already did that when this palette initially dropped, so you can let me know if you still want me to do it or not, because I haven't seen anyone in my skin tone do it personally, so that's why I'm more intrigued and inclined to try it out. Plus, I know y'all love when I do a cute little dupe moment, you know, so let me know down below if you want me to compare this to the Makeup by Mario one, and I will do it. But right now, we're just working with this, girl. And then the mattes are the same, nice blendable pigmented formula they normally are. It's building up nicely, as you can see. I actually went darker in the crease than I normally do, just because I want to try it out a super like deep dark smoky eye. So I'm taking that second darkest shade I showed you all that was next to this one and putting that in the crease. And I like the depth that I got in the crease. And I feel like it's going to look really nice with the shimmer that we put on each side, which is why I'm trying to go for a much brighter shimmer to give a nice contrasting effect. Plus, I figured I'd use the classic smoky eye tones that people would feel more comfortable with to wear themselves, as opposed to something crazy and, you know, different like I normally do. Because normally I would put like the multi-dimensional shimmer on the lid, but I'm like, since, you know, I'm feeling like that's not what people are going to do, that I should just kind of like, you know, not do that and give something classic that would work for the average person for once, as opposed to the extra colorful me. Plus, with the neutrals in this, it would kind of be hard to put a colorful one on it and make sense, at least for what I like to do. So, you're getting the classic smoky eye for once. So, I'm just taking the black because I want to see how pigmented it is. I feel like I have blacks that are a little more pigmented in my collection personally. So, I was a little disappointed about how black it was. But it's still black enough to get the job done. You know, it's giving a decent amount of depth to it. So I'm not complaining in that sense. It's just like, you know, when you have like super black ones and then you put on one like this, which I feel like it's more charcoal black, not like a super dark, very pigmented black. It's just kind of like, oh, okay. It's giving that grayish charcoal-ish black, not necessarily super black like I was hoping. But it still works, so I'm not complaining. I'm just giving you an observation. Okay, let me take this shade and dust it all around. And kind of like smooth that out, because since my eyeshadow's already done, since my base is already done, I can't do what I normally do, which is cut it with concealer and fix that. So, y'all know the drill. Let's get some glitter glue going. I think I want to start off with the more difficult shade, which would be the one that's, you know. Actually, no, I will start off with, I'll do this one last just because I want to use the brush with the glitter glue on it, still on it, in order to be able to, make sure the glitter fits nicely, because of the type of formula it is, and it seems like it's kind of loose pieces of glitter. I want to be able to make sure I use the brush that the glitter glue is already attached to make it easier to place on the lid. So I will do the shimmery shade in the blush palette first, since that's pigmented and it seems like it's going to be easier to put on, and then the loose pot that I feel like could be a little bit more difficult and will need a little extra help to make sure those pieces stay, I will do so. We'll put this one down now and grab this. And like I told you all, we're going to use this shade right here. So I'll start off with this one and gradually work my way up, because I'm kind of nervous about the other one. But I know this. Oh, hello. Look at that. Girl, yes. And it's having a nice pigmentation underneath it too. Like this is exactly what I expected it to look like, and it is not disappointing. Okay, Patrick, huh? And I'm just kind of tapping it on. I want to see how the silver from the Shawl Tilbury will look on the eye as well. So I might do that another day and just give y'all Instagram posts on it, because I definitely want to see how that silver holds up to this silver. And as you can see, I'm just tapping. I'm not like trying to swipe it on. I'm just tapping it on the eye. And surprisingly, it's not giving me like glitter fallout like I thought it was going to. Like, I don't see any glitter fallout on my face from this product, which is nice, because if you're a person who does your face first and then your eyes like we're doing right now, you can see it's not going to fall, even though it does look quite glittery in the pan. So I'm liking that whole aspect of it. Let's take the brush we started off with and go around the edges to bring a little bit of that color back. And then y'all know me, I'm going to take the same brush that we had, the black, on the outer V, and kind of pat it on there. I'm not adding anything else. I'm just patting around the edges. I'll probably add a little bit more off camera before I take my pictures, but to save us time, I just want to kind of like lightly brush around it. And I'm going to do a black wing, but again, I'll do that off camera. So the little extra steps I normally do on camera, I'm going to save some time and do off camera. Now, we're going to get into this other shade and put glitter glue over the lid, and then I'll just dip into this. Matter of fact, I'll probably put some in the cap and just dip into the cap as opposed to trying to sprinkle it out, because since it has that like topper thing going on with it, yeah, just do it like that. Again, try to save us some time, girl, because this video is going to be a little bit longer than usual, because I had to put the highlighters on and the blush on, and then I had to turn around and do a whole eyelid because I didn't buy this palette and these toppers sooner. But again, that's okay. Now I'm curious how much of this I'm going to have to dip back in and grab in order to coat the whole eye, because it comes out a little bit at a time. So just picking it up with that same brush, as you can see. And ooh, okay. I'm definitely liking how it's looking. I'm curious to see how this is going to look on top of the eyeshadow, but on the lid is definitely giving a nice sparkly effect for me. Add a little bit more there. Okay, so let's keep patting, girl. So far so good. I need to put some more toward the front of the eye, so I'm trying to get what I can out of the lid. I notice when I try to pick it up and swipe to pick it up instead of picking it up when it first comes out, you got it like kind of smears into the top, so it doesn't. Well, I'm curious to see what happens if I try to put it on my fingers. So the part that I smeared, I'm just grabbing my pinky and try to. Wow, it's really difficult to pick it up once it smears, y'all. But let's see. Just like right here, touch on my eye, put on my finger. So they pretty much give a similar effect whether I put it on my finger or if I put it on with the brush. And like I was telling you how it smears in there, if you can see. Come on. Stop focusing on team and focus on this. Yeah, so you see how it smears in the inside of it? So see if I can just pick some up with my finger and add just a tad bit more. Cause I feel like in the inner corner, like it's lacking in there. So here's what each eye looks like. When you just put the glitter all over the lid, it looks like that. And when you put the metallic one on, it looks like that. I'm going to combine both of them another time in a video and just, well, not a video, an Instagram picture just to see how they're going to look. But let's pick an inner corner shade out. So I'm thinking the one next to the one that I put on the lid on this side will be good for the inner corner. So I'm going to take that one, put it on the inner corner on both sides of the eye. And then we'll talk about my thoughts on all of these products. Even though I feel like I gave little hints throughout, so then that way it won't take as long at the end, because I knew it was going to take longer because I had to try so many things in one video. Okay, y'all, so we have finished up the face. And back on up and just talk about my thoughts about all these things as a whole. Okay, so as far as the face palette goes, y'all know I love it. I'm loving this eye right here and the shimmer that is in it. I hope he makes like little quads of these. It'd been fun if he had just made like a little separate holiday quad. And we got our normal blush palette, because like I said, glitter did fall out of one of these into one of the creams like I told you all about. I didn't show you, it was just like literally one speck of glitter. But I know for some people that would still be annoying, because the whole thing is you don't want the glitters to be together, you want them to be separately, so that might be an issue for you. But I love everything in this palette, and hopefully in the future he gives us like little quads of this type of stuff, or maybe he just gives us a whole palette full of shimmers. Since he did a whole palette full of mattes, I think it'd be fun for him to do a whole palette worth of shimmers. So we'll see what comes of it, but I want more of these shades for sure. As far as the glitter goes, to me this is definitely a topper. I wanted you all to see how the glitter particles would look though if I put it on my eye, you know, on its own. So that's why I did it on its own. But this is one I would just put on top of other things. Like if you have a sheer more eyeshadow that you put on, you want to get an extra oomph to it because it's not as metallic as this, and I feel like this would be good for you. But otherwise, I don't just see myself using this on its own like I did for the video. I literally just did it for the video. The eyeshadow palette is the classic formula of his mattes. I really like the formula of his mattes, so I really like that palette. I'm hoping in the future we can get an all cool tone one though, not just like a cool tone, half matte, half I mean, like, you know, half warm, half cool. That'd be great. But that's all I had for you all today's video. So I hope you all enjoyed it. Remember, you all are diamonds. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Be blessed, girl. Bye.